Welcome back to part 2 of what questions you should be asking yourself if you are not seeing results from your lymphatic drainage routine. Now, if you're on this video and you haven't seen the first one, make sure you go watch the first one because I'm literally doing these in the order that I would take a client through. So stop this video if you haven't seen part 1 and go check it out. You can click the link below the video and it'll take you there. Once you watch that one, then come back and watch questions 6 through 10. Check your stress level. Where's your stress at? We already kind of touched on this with the diaphragmatic breathing, but if you are in a constant state of go, 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 you literally wake up in the morning and your heart's already racing and you're already like checking the boxes in your brain before you even like your feet hit the floor. You're rushing all the time. You're always saying yes to everything. Your list keeps getting bigger and bigger. You eat on the go. You don't sit down. You don't chew your food. You also aren't digesting food properly because you're not pooping every day. Where's your stress at? If your stress is high, if you're stuck in sympathetic dominance, if you're stuck in fight or flight, your body cannot drain. The only way that your body can drain is when it's in a parasympathetic state. It needs to be able to rest, digest, and ultimately then drain. I tag the rest, digest, and drain because that's where that happens. So you might need to be more conscious of your nervous system and doing things like vagal tone or vagal nerve stimulation. Diaphragmatic breathing is a great way to do it. There's so many other things that you can do to stimulate your vagus nerve, like humming, singing, gargling, vibration. You can do taping. There's so many things that you can do, but you got to pick something. Not to mention, you got to figure out a way to manage your stress. Did you see how I didn't say get rid of your stress? You can't get rid of it. And if you figure out how to get rid of it, let me know. And it can't be just stop giving an F, because that's just not going to work. But if you truly figure out a way to get rid of stress, let me know. I'm 100% down for it, but there's just no way. We just need to manage it better. All right. Number 7, hydration. So many people are dehydrated. And I don't mean dehydrated like I'm thirsty. I mean dehydrated at a cellular level. If our cells are not hydrating, what's happening is we are becoming dehydrated and our body needs hydration to function. So it's going to start pulling hydration from things like the lymphatic fluid. It's going to start pulling hydration from our fascia, which is then going to make lymphatic drainage even harder. So we got to make sure that we are hydrating ourselves and that while we're hydrating ourselves, we're also moving, because in order for hydration to get into the fascia and in order for it to get into our cells, we need to move it. So a simple thing to do is 1, drink clean water. Generally speaking, tap water is not clean. It's full of toxins and waste, which then puts more pressure on your drainage pathways. So drinking clean filtered water, number 1. Number 2, adding something like a pinch of salt. It can be sea salt, it can be Himalayan salt. It needs to be unrefined. So iodized table salt, not going to cut it. We need the unrefined minerals in that in order to help pull water, literally pull water into our cells. It's the magnesium. So simple, cheap way, pinch. Legit like a pinch, just a pinch. Between your fingers, put it on your tongue, drink your water. Or put a pinch in your glass of water. I know you're going to ask me, how often? Every time I drink water, I try and have a pinch of either salt or minerals with it so that I'm absorbing it. All right, so hydration, big thing. I bet you're dehydrated. And if you're not dehydrated, my next question is, how's your sleep? Are you waking up feeling rested? Are you getting 7, 8, 9 hours of sleep every night, uninterrupted? Are you waking up puffy? Are you waking up foggy? Does it take you a hot second to like get going in the morning? And I don't mean like 5 minutes. I mean like 60 minutes. And you can't function without a cup of coffee. Your sleep is likely an issue. Your lymphatic system is not likely draining. And if our brain's not draining, it means it's not sending proper messages down to the rest of our body to function properly. So you may need to work on your sleep hygiene, going to bed at the same time, cooling your room down, making sure that you're like calming yourself down before you fall asleep. Like there's so many things, but you're going to need to look at your sleep. If sleep is not happening, you can't drain. So how's your sleep? Number 9, do you have scars? Do you have tattoos? Do you have pretty big old injuries? All of those scar tissue, fascial adhesions are 100% going to affect drainage. And tattoos do go into this because tattoos literally go in through the surface of the skin and affect the lymph, they affect the fascia, and the lymph runs through the fascia. So if we're affecting fascia and causing micro traumas within the fascia, which same thing will happen with things like C-sections or knee replacements or hip replacements or pins put in or a gallbladder removed, an appendectomy scar, you name it. All those scars are going to affect like the tissue. The tissue is not going to be able to move properly or the same way, which then means the fascia is not moving the same way. So if the fascia is not moving, then the lymph isn't moving, which means you're going to have congestion. So if you have any of those, what you're going to want to do and what you're going to need to do is break up those adhesions. So you can do it with skin rolling, you can do it with fascial moves, you can do it with cupping, you can go and see somebody and they can help move you through different planes. But that is going to be something where you have to break up the adhesions either within the scar tissue or the fascia in order to get your lymph draining. And then the last one, if you're like, nope, that is not me, here's the last one. I can pretty much guarantee that if you are doing all of those things, truly all of those things, and none of those are an issue, that you have congestion in one of your other drainage pathways, either gut, liver, kidneys, skin, or lungs. One of those is contributing to your lymph not draining properly. And what that's going to take is it's going to take you getting a full history, getting some labs done, and working with a functional doctor to figure out, okay, where is it that my body isn't functioning properly? Now, more times than not, when I'm working with somebody, we find the issue within the first 9. It doesn't mean that number 10 isn't an issue, because it absolutely is an issue for people. However, what I will say is you got to work on the first 9 things before we really dive into liver and gut. Now, if this is of interest to you and you're like, wait, well, hold on, what symptoms is it that I should be seeing? Go check out this video. I just did it on what you can expect when you're doing lymphatic drainage. So if you're unsure of the results that you could or should be expecting, go check it out. And then really, like I said, have a heart-to-heart with yourself on where you're at and what needs support. Let me know if this was helpful. Thanks so much for being here and happy draining.